Hey everybody, Robert Michael here of A88 Pictures and the creator of Fiddle Faddle Fortune. Today we are joined by several of our amazing cast members to get more into the filmmaking process for them. Let's get into it. Let's just start with an introduction. Why don't you tell everybody who you are, what you play?
My name is Jasmine Haver and I play Evangeline.
Hi, Roz Stanley. I play Loretta Katrina.
Hi, my name is Erik Peters and I play the lovely Winston.
My name is Amie Enriquez, and I play Frau.
So when you guys first got the script, what was the one thing initially that stood out to you the most about either the script or your characters?
All right, since I have the mic. I love anything paranormal and blended with comedy, so I was immediately drawn to it. And for me, with the character of Frau, my first thought was, how am I not going to smile? Like, how am I not going to smile? Because I'm a very smiley person. So I thought, okay, all right, no Botox for a few weeks. We'll work on this.
Perfect. For me, I love anything spooky season, so I agree. I always have to add on that. Anything Beetlejuice vibes, my favorite. So that's what drew me to the film. As far as my character, I am a real life Winston. Like, I loved his personality. I love that no matter what he did, there was nothing too big. It was just an easy role to play, but it still challenged myself in bringing out like my natural, most extravagant self. So he was just fun to play, and I found a lot of home within Winston and myself, which was really neat. Yeah. Your turn, babe.
I think it's really important as an artist and also as a person. You know, when you watch films, anytime you get a script that reminds you of something that you would enjoy watching, I think that's really important to do. You know what I mean? Anytime you get a script or a character where you're looking at it and you're like, oh my God, I would love to watch this, or this would be really, really funny to see. You know, as an audience member, I think that's really freeing and that's really fun. And so that's why I love the idea of it.
Mm-hmm. Yes. When I first got the script, when I was reading it, I saw it. And that's when I knew. I was like, if I can just see this while I'm reading it, I got to do it. And for Loretta, she's just, when I was reading her, I was like, ooh, she's oozy. Like she was just oozing off the paper. And I was like, I gotta ooze with her, you know? So you couldn't help but be drawn to it. That's the word I like to use with this one. Just so drawn to it. And it's this other world too. You know, this ethereal life that is still grounded in reality. And that's hard to do. So that's why I said, hell yeah. A big hell yeah from me, okay?
What do you find most relatable between yourselves and your characters?
For me, the most relatable thing for Loretta is her flow and how she walks about. You know, I think of like a certain type of river or stream with her flow, and it can either be gentle, you know, flowy, or just like, all right, we got to move, we got to da-da-da. It's a little bit rough today. We're that rough river, you know? So that's what I thought about when I thought of turning, wheels just keep on turning. So yes, but that's what I would think of for Loretta.
Well, with Evie, I don't know. I think with Evie, I looked at her very much so as just like a character that, I don't know, drive it if you stole it. You know what I mean? Just like whoever you are, whatever you're doing, do it. Yes. 110%. You know what I mean? No one's going to do you better than you. No one's going to know what you want more than you, even if it's wrong.
And you did you.
And I did me. I did me to my detriment, but we were fabulous while we did it.
You did.
I think for me with Winston, in a way, growing up, I'm going to speak on my insecurities here for a second. Growing up, I was always told I was too much, that I didn't fit. Like, everybody tried to put me into a box. They told me I was too big of a personality. I needed to blend in. And I think that used to really get to me, and I altered my personality a lot for that. And I think with Winston, the character developed as I played him. And the more, when I put on the wig and I put on the hat and the puffy sleeves, like, my most vibrant self came out. And it was just a way for me to return back home to myself. And it really hasn't been the same since. I think it really reconnected me with like that very youthful, wild, spunky Erik that I didn't realize was dormant. And I think for that, I'm just forever grateful for, and finding myself within the character so easily, I think is just a really beautiful thing. And I'm not for sure how often that happens, but it happened to me, and I'm very here for it.
It brought you home.
It did.
You know,
it was returning to self. Yeah. So very important lesson.
Yes. Oh, yes. Well, with Frau, she's, when Frau is mute because she's got a curse on her, I just thought, growing up, speaking on my childhood insecurities, I was a very quiet kid. I was so shy and so quiet. So at school, even in elementary and middle school, the kids thought I was a bitch because I was really, really quiet. Later in life, little 8-year-old, you bitch. I mean, I grew up in New York. That's how we tell. Yeah, you're a little bitch.
Okay,
So bleep those out.
Yeah.
so your answer is yes.
They thought I was a snob or, too good for them because I wouldn't talk to anybody. But so with Frau, I was reminded, even if someone's quiet or very introverted, there's so many layers, there's so much that's going on. And then when we get to meet Frau in the flashbacks, of who she was before she became cursed, she's going through a lot. There's a lot happening. So I was able to relate.
And she was gorgeous. The reveal of Frau, I was gagging. Yeah. Beautiful.
Who knew?
If you four could give one piece of advice to your characters, what would it be?
I would say my piece of advice for Loretta is it's always the gas. It's always gas. Because, the scene where Evie's like, something's wrong. And Loretta's like, is it gas? It's always the gas. Follow the gas. That's what I was saying.
I think a piece of advice that I would give my character is be yourself to the most authentic way and be as big as you can, take up as much space as you can, and don't be afraid to be a little bit kooky. I think we always care so much about what people think of us and how we present ourselves, and it's unnecessary. I don't think there's a reason for it. I think that life is short. We're only here on this floating rock for a little bit of time, and why not just, like you said, put the gas all the way down? Follow it. I think life is just too short, and you need to be your best self, your biggest self, and just go with it. Yeah, I think so.
I like that. Yeah.
Do you want to shine next?
Oh, sure. Oh, Frau. For Frau, I just want to say there's probably going to be a lot of men telling Frau, you would be so much prettier if you smiled. And so for Frau, I just want to say, don't worry, honey. Just ignore them. You don't have to explain yourself to anybody. You frown. You own that frown. You do not need to smile.
No, honey.
Okay, now I want to play a little game. Underneath your chairs, you'll find some paddles. They're dry erase boards, and we're going to give a couple prompts. And I want you guys to tell me individually which character between the four of you is most likely to do that thing. You guys ready? Most likely to solve an unsolved mystery. Yes. Okay. Frau for the win. Any reasons why Frau?
Oh, you always got to watch out for the silent ones.
Yeah.
Most likely to get abducted by aliens and become their leader. And reveal. Most likely to be left speechless. Reveal.
Yeah.
Most likely to be late to their own birthday party.
Evangeline.
Why do you think comedy is so important in 2026?
It is vital. It is, I honestly can say for myself, comedy saves lives. Otherwise, I mean, if I don't laugh every day, I will probably go insane. It's so important. And because there's so much heaviness in the world right now, it almost feels like inappropriate to laugh, or should I be laughing? Should I be experiencing joy when there's so many bad things happening? And it's like, yes, because we need to laugh. We need to give our minds and souls a break and just let comedy lift us up. I think it's more vital than ever. Otherwise there's just no balance. We have to balance all the dark with the light, and comedy is the way. Yeah.
That's going to be a hard one to follow, because that was my exact same thoughts. And just to add on it, life is just difficult right now, and it really shouldn't have to be, And so I think having that escapism and a way to pull yourself out of the world and just sit down and watch something that just makes you viscerally react and have a good time, even if it's for an hour and a half, I think it just gives you that escape that we all need. Because right now we live in a world, even if you're not looking for it, the darkness is so close and it's so around you all the time. And so I think just being able to have, again, an escape and a place to go and just to laugh and bring out that little kid within yourself, I think it's really important. So copy and paste what you said.
Honestly, so copy and paste everything that was just said. But even when we got here today, the four of us, we had such an enjoyable, fun, wonderful, time shooting together and making this film together. And everybody involved and everybody in the world has a lot going on every day. When we got here and we were, prepping for this, we were all sharing and we were all talking, and I think that the experience of being together, whether that's as a cast or whether that's, watching as an audience member and being part of the experience of whatever we have to share and create as artists, or, just to enjoy it. I think that's how we get by. That's how we do this. It is okay to have moments of joy and moments of levity, and we need it. God knows. And I think the four of us have always enjoyed that. And I think that the audiences that watch this film enjoy it as well when they see what we've done,
I would say how vital is comedy in 2026. It is essential. It is so necessary. Have you seen the world lately? Come on now, And here's the thing. We are, and I use this word in a certain sense, we are entitled to joy without guilt, and it is okay to laugh. Laughter is the best medicine. We forget that, there is a healing that happens when you laugh out loud, especially when you don't expect to, you're like, did they just say that? And I just enjoyed that. Those are the moments we need more of, and we don't have to feel guilty about having that joy, because there are seasons we go through. There are seasons our friends and family are going through. And that moment of laughter and true comedy is a gift.
Indie films, it's everything, I tell all of my friends all the time, everybody that's in this city that has pursued this craft, that wants to tell a story, that wants to say something, that wants to play a part that maybe they haven't gotten yet. Why wait? Why wait for the roles to be given to us or to be cast in them? We have these ideas. We have these stories we want to tell. So get your friends together. Get the people that everybody knows somebody. Everybody has something that we can add to something that we can do. And everybody's projects are just as important as everybody else's. And I think that we should really value everyone's projects and ideas and what we have to share with the world. And just do it. Just do it, make it happen, make it happen and make it a reality, and have fun and do everything that you can, whether it's a studio or whether it's an indie. I think that there's such a detriment and such a, I don't know. I don't think we should look at indie the way that people do in the industry. I think that indie is everything. Indie is us. Yeah. It's all of us. It's everybody who's watching this. It's everybody who's doing this. It's all of us, And so I think we should just all enjoy each other's gifts and each other's stories and what we each have to say. I think indie is very important.
I agree.
Mic drop.
Yeah.
Foot is so numb.
have cut all blood flow.
All blood flow.
Just to show off the
Yep.
shoe.
Let's show those shoes.
Shiny shoes, shiny shoes. He's got shiny, shiny feet.
Woohoo! Blue feet right now, no circulation. I think indie film is extremely important right now. I think it's probably one of the most crucial fights I think that we're fighting right now, whether it's up against the studios or the big box offices. I think that in life we all have our own experiences. I think that we all have our own stories to tell. I think when we are sharing our experiences that we grow, we have fun, we heal, and you never know who you're inspiring through that. And I think creating indie films gives you a platform. You know, not everybody has a platform, and making a film can be difficult, but at the same time, it can be really fun. It can be rewarding, it can be healing. And for many people like myself, if I am not creatively doing something, I will almost go into a depressive funk. I need a way to express myself. I need to immerse myself into a different place and feel the feelings that are necessary. And I think for me, that's what indie films are about. It's about not waiting to get permission to tell your story. It's about, you know, so to speak, taking the bull by the horns and just going after what you want and taking up your space. And I think it's very important, and I would encourage anybody, whether it's a creative project, indie film, whatever you're working on, just do it. You don't have to wait. You don't need permission. And I think it's very vital to our happiness and our well-being and mental health. So I think it's extremely crucial, and I would just encourage everybody to do it. Don't wait. Yay. You want to shine a little bit?
I mean, copy and paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. Yes, no, I completely agree with everything you've shared about how important indie film is. And so I'll just personally, prior to receiving the script for Fiddle Faddle Fortune, I was in a place where I thought, nothing's happening. Like I was waiting for something to happen, and I was feeling pretty down about the industry, about, you know, all the studio mergers, you know, the threat of artificial intelligence taking jobs. And I was in a really negative headspace. And then this script came along and the opportunity to work together. And I was reminded, no, it's all around us. You know, we have this community that is greenlighting themselves and not backing down and saying, well, I guess that's it for us. Like, I think indie filmmaking is getting stronger than ever. It's becoming more needed and vital than ever. And this completely changed my mindset. Like, I really needed this. And to work specifically with this cast was just, I was like, okay, we're going to be okay.
Too much fun.
Like, this is too fun, you know? Yeah, like, we're going to be all right. You know, it's good.
I'd like to thank our cast members for their time today, and be sure to check out Fiddle Faddle Fortune, now streaming on Amazon Prime.